Yo, party people. I'm really tired. I'm not driving far. But I thought I would give a little story. Because this isn't one that I prepped on the page for. But I thought I would remind myself to say it. And it's a short one. And I'm on my way to a serving work job. Bear with me. I'm a little tired. Not nearly wired enough to do this today. So, alright. You ready? Okay, I was bartending up at the Oasis, the Oasis bar. That's what we called it. At the Hyatt Grand Champions Resort Villa Spa and Convention Center. And it was like, okay, so one season we did off season, and I can't remember what I was doing for another job. So I don't think I was. Oh, I started working inside the lounge at the Pianissimo Lounge inside. So, because we were on the off season. And the off season is fine. We still work. We still get our hours. But one summer, they decided to redo the pools because a lot of guests thought that we had a turd on one of the pool bottoms because, you know, sometimes when pools get that discoloration at the bottom, and people kept thinking it was a code brown. It was not. So one of the other summers in the off season, I don't mind working outside. I love working outside. I really do. I'd work out when I was at the adult pool, which is where I would be. I would work outside, like I would do like around the pool and stuff like that. I'm sure the cameras were like, what's she doing? But I mean, I would have no guests. I mean, it's like 115, 120. The hottest day I ever worked outside was 126. We had one TV. I always put the fuse on. Mr. Allen, he always would walk by. He was the manager of the property. He had to live on property with his wife and his twins. And he would walk by. He's like, Cameow, you just love that Fuse channel, don't you? And I was like, yeah, like surfing and all kinds of extreme sports. Yeah, sign me up. That's like the only thing I would watch. That's the first time I actually heard MGMT was 2007, and they were playing on a Fuse show. And I was like, who is this band? Like, wow, this is like some cool stuff. 126 was the hottest day I ever worked outside. It's so oppressive. Anything after 115 is just oppressive. Like, I don't want to move. I kind of just sit there. I have a Mr. system and a ceiling fan. That's all I have in my outdoor pool, right? And I think one time I would just put cold towels on me. Like, I would just get them wet, and I was just, oh my gosh, oh, it's so hot. Be in the shade. See, when you were down at the Roadrunner Cafe, down in the other 7 or whatever pools, you could be inside, the air conditioning. It was great. So I was not. I was outside. And once in a while, like, Meryl would come up and talk to me. But, I mean, it's so hot. Nobody wanted to come talk to me. And I'd just sit there. And I couldn't, you know, phones weren't really a thing. And maybe they were. I don't remember being on it too much. And, you know, it really wasn't the technology to do the things we could do now. Anyways, one of the off days, a gentleman came in. His name was, I want to say JR. And I mean, he sat down. We were trying to figure out a drink he wanted. I only sold one drink that day, everybody. One drink. And he wanted a muddy water. JR told me that muddy waters is when you have a pink lemonade and iced tea. So like Arnold Palmer alert, Arnie Palmer alert. But it wasn't an Arnold Palmer. It was a muddy water because you had pink lemonade. I was like, yeah, cool, I can make that for you. No worries. And he's like, but I want tequila in it. All right, which one? Patron, Don Julio. I think we only had Patron there. And he said that, you know, I can't remember which one he actually got, but whatever. We were talking, and he said, hey, have you ever eaten soul food? I was like, actually, matter of fact, I had soul food for the first time last night in Palm Springs. I don't know if it's still there, but there was a restaurant called Mama's Soul Food or something. Yeah, we won't do this. Mama's Soul Food. I can't remember exactly. Anywho, and I mean, they had like pickles and Kool-Aid marinating and all this kind of stuff, and then they had, I think I had fried mac and cheese, but I think I was vegan at the time, so I didn't have fried mac and cheese. I I can't remember. They had a lot of good stuff though. And you know, not having soul food before, even though I kind of ran away to the south one time, it was fun. You know, it was good. And he said, no, you gotta come to my soul food restaurant. I was like, you got a soul food restaurant? He's like, yeah. It's down in Inglewood. I was like, oh, Inglewood up to no good. He's like, no, it's not like that where my spot is. He's like, you should come down. I was like, yeah, you know, matter of fact, I'm going into LA next weekend. Can't remember exactly what for. I don't know if it was for a massive or it was just to hang out with friends and do fun stuff at our age. With fun, I don't know. A lot of our Vegas friends, matter of fact, a lot of our Vegas friends, that's only who we hung out with. We all moved to Cali, all different areas, and like Culver City, and oh man, I can't remember where my other friends lived. And we would just go down and meet up, and it was just, you know, those are some good times. Some good times. Anyhow, and we had this really nice chat. He had one drink. I think he was there. I mean, he was there for a while. And for a while in one drink, you know, I mean, I don't know. It had to have been over an hour. Because I remember the bulk of my day just being, you know, just chatting with him. Anyways, he's a cool guy. Well, a week later, I went to Inglewood, up to no good. And it was just right off the freeway where JR's was. And there was a bunch of really nice car dealerships. And then it was just like the restaurant, just right there. I walk in, you're the only white people, and there was just like a bunch of people reading the newspaper, having their breakfast, and we had somebody take our order, and I don't even know, guys, I had fried catfish, grits. I mean, I mean, I had this huge freaking plate of stuff, like freaking, I don't even know, it was so much stuff, like cornbread and biscuits and all kinds of crazy shit, man. It was so weird. And then yeah, it was like, I don't even know. Cheap. So cheap. So, whatever. We kind of tried to save it because it was so good, but like, we were not going to be inside anytime soon. And so we just got in the car and it got all stinky. But when I was vegan, I wasn't really vegan, it's just easier to say, so I was pesco-vegetarian, gluten-free by choice. And matter of fact, I was vegan for so long, I lost the ability to process dairy, so even if I wanted to, which I don't very often, I really don't agree with dairy and the whole, everything that wraps around it. But, you know, I'm weak, I'm not perfect, and sometimes the things I stand by are always the things I stand by, and kind of, you know, disappointing in myself sometimes, but gave him a really good tip. I did see JR there at the restaurant, but I mean, it was morning rush. It was busy. I did leave a comment in the comment box that said, you know, hey, it's, you know, your crazy white girl server up in... I always call myself the white girl, because everywhere I go, they call me the crazy white girl. Even, like, at the Gap, they call me, like, I don't know, something like loca, bonita, gordita, juanita, or something like that. And I'm like, so, like, basically, like, cute, chubby, crazy white girl. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know, even, and no matter what language, it was funny. The point of the story is, I only had that one guy, JR. And, I had one drink. The only drink I've ever made before of that nature, you know, muddy water with tequila. And, it was about a, I don't know, $16 drink, maybe $11 drink, I don't know, shot of Patron. And I made $100 tip. So it was like a really good percentage of tip. And it was really cool. So shout out to JR. Restaurant in Inglewood. I suggest it. It's really good. Really nice atmosphere. So yeah.